The two live stews.
The two live stews.
The Two Live Stews on 790 The Zone.
Text Tuesday, live from the Kroger Studios. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, 790 The Zone.
Yeah!
Thank you for joining, folks.
I apologize for screaming obnoxiously in your ear.
Appreciate you joining you boys. And if you're just joining us, talking about Bill Belichick telling Thomas Dimitroff he shouldn't make the deal for Julio Jones. LSU, Alabama. Falcons head to Indianapolis with Julio Jones. And, just grab some calls, man, on this Text Tuesday. Hope everybody's doing well out there.
However, two things. If you want to keep more money in your wallet, shop at Kroger.
Why do you have a gleam in your eye?
Because every dollar you spend at Kroger earns you up to $1 off a gallon at the Kroger Fuel Centers. Get more value for the way you live at Kroger. For some reason, during the show prep meeting, you were very adamant about not wanting to talk about this.
No, that's
and
not
then I
the case.
realized that one of the reasons why you didn't want to talk about it is because the Bean is your boy.
Well, that's not the case. I mean, Shaq's my boy, too. And don't forget, I gave the Bean Bryant a hump award every Monday for like 2 years. So I'm really not a Kobe off the court guy. I'm a big Kobe on the court guy. But there's a huge difference. So go ahead and throw Kobe under the bus.
In a new book, Shaq explains...
Hold on, what's the segment called?
Oh, yeah, my bad. Stews News, Marvin.
Why does Stu's News only come through on one side of my headphones?
Shaq Uncut. My Story, the Diesel's new autobiography, written with noted Boston sports writer Jackie McMullen, who I tend to like. We've had on the show a couple times. It comes out November 15th, and there's excerpts that are already out making the rounds while it's detailing the downfall of Shaq's relationship with Kobe Bryant during the 2003-2004 season. So less than a decade.
Right. Like 7 years.
Here's Shaq on the Kobe feud. In Dogs and Poodles, it's a little bit lengthy, but trust me, it's worth it if you hadn't heard it. So I'm on edge, right?
Wait, hold on. I don't want you to read all of this stuff in Shaq voice. Just go ahead and read it.
That's a good point.
That's kind of annoying if you read the whole thing in the Shaq voice.
That's a good point.
You do have a good Shaq voice, but I mean, that's just too much.
That's all you had to say, my friend. So I'm on edge, right? Because I don't have a new deal, And Kobe's on edge because he might be going to jail. So we're talking it out, handling it with each other. Just before the start of the season, the coaching staff calls us in and said, no more public sparring or you'll both get fined. Phil was tired of it. Karl Malone and Gary Payton were tired of it. So what happens? That bitch Kobe Bryant immediately goes on with Jim Gray and does the interview where he lets me have it. He said I was fat and out of shape.
True.
He said I was lobbying for a contract extension.
Very true.
When we have two Hall of Famers playing pretty much for free. I'm sitting there watching this BS, and I'm like, man, I'm going to explode. Hours earlier, we had just promised our coach we'd stop. It was a truce. It was a truce broken. I let the guys know I'm going to kill him. Kobe must die.
Did you just add the Kobe must die thing?
Yeah, just that part.
Okay.
Kobe stands up and says, you always say you're my big brother. You do anything for me, and then this Colorado thing happens, and you never called me. You never checked on me. You don't care. I did call him. Well, I thought you'd publicly support me. At least you're supposed to be my friend. Then Brian Shaw chimed in with Kobe. Kobe, you a bitch, man. What you think? Shaq at all these parties, he be having all these parties, be inviting you to dinner. Every time we go in the row, we invite you to dinner. You never come. Shaq invited you to his wedding. You weren't there. You a bitch, Kobe. Then you got married and didn't invite any of us.
Wait, the B word, was Brian Shaw really throwing the B word around like that?
Nah, but it fits, doesn't it? Please don't interrupt me again. I'm on a roll.
I don't know what's the transcripts of what you're saying. You're combining the two.
Back to Brian Shaw, please. Then you got married, you little bitch, and didn't invite any of us. And now, you're in the middle of this problem, this sensitive situation, and now you want us to step up for you? We don't even know who you are. Everyone was starting to calm down when I told Kobe, if you ever say anything like that to me or to that Jim Gray guy again, I will kill you.
This is stepping across the line now that I think about this. These are some intimate details of a locker room on a ball club that I think this is stepping across the line.
I'll
he's
kill
going
you.
into detail about Brian Shaw, quoting Brian Shaw from 8 years ago.
I'll kill you, you bitch. Kobe shrugged his shoulders and said, whatever, man, whatever. You wasn't my friend. All right, that's the whole thing in a nutshell. Sir, please speak.
Well,
give me your thoughts.
One thing is stepping across the line with this whole story. For him to come out with all these details about something that happened in a locker room 7-8 years ago is stepping across the line. Second thing, I definitely understand where Shaq's coming from. When and Brian Shaw, when they said, man, we invite you to all this stuff. You never show up anyway. You ain't really part of our crew anyway.
Not even dinners.
I understand that.
Not even dinners.
But at the same time, I understand Kobe's point. Going to parties, going to dinners, that's trivial in comparison to what he was going through in Colorado.
But okay, but hold on.
But what?
But that's part of the team building. That's part of having people's back.
All right.
When somebody on your team does something, you go by and spend time with them.
Okay, but listen to this, though.
Hold on, stop, man.
No.
Okay. Hold on, man.
Go ahead.
Real quick, before you move on and I forget. How many guys on the basketball team? 15?
13.
Okay,
like yeah.
13. And they all do dinner together when they go on the road, and this bitch don't show up? Never?
Hold on. That's got
Ever?
You didn't listen to the point I made.
Not once.
Okay, you didn't listen to the point I made.
Okay, I'm sorry.
In relative terms, Kobe's kind of like one of those guys that doesn't go out a lot, evidently.
He don't eat on the road.
Hold
He
on,
ain't
hold on.
cooking in the hotel.
Hold on, listen to me.
Everybody got to eat, don't they?
Let me finish my point. In relative terms to showing public support when you up against a rape charge and Shaq, quote, unquote, said he was his big brother. Huh? In relative terms, because I don't come to a party or because I don't come to dinner, when I go through some real troubling stuff, you don't come out publicly in support of me?
If I think you banged this chick in her, you know where, I'm not backing you up publicly.
Well,
if I think you a hoe, I'm not backing you up publicly.
I disagree with that sentiment. No, you back your boys up. Period. You back your boys up.
Wait, what are you missing? Brian Shaw explained to Kobe why they didn't look at him like he was their boy.
But you didn't hear the part when they said earlier. Kobe said to Shaq, you told me you was my big brother. Kobe thought they were cooler than Shaq evidently thought they were.
But clearly, they weren't if he's not doing anything with the team.
Hey.
Kobe's not bulimic.
Hey, man.
He got to eat someplace. You can't go to dinner with your teammates.
I understand both sides. When we get back from the break, man, y'all never guess who's not a fan.
I knew you were going to back Kobe
Julio
up.
Jones.
I knew you were going to back Kobe up.
Keep it locked, you boys. 2 Live 2 790 The Zone. I knew you were going to throw him under the bus.
The police better never call me and say, we got some questions about Doug Stewart.
Well, you look.
Our daily Shaq Uncut update.
What do you mean?
There's another excerpt from the book that Shaq has written, Shaq Uncut, that has just fell into my hands.
And what's he talking about in this little excerpt?
Would you want to hear it?
No, not the whole thing. Just give me like the nutshell of it.
Okay, here we go.
No, I said the nutshell.
LeBron.
We got.
LeBron was a huge star. He was as big as I was in 2000 in L.A. when I was dominating the league.
What?
This was when he was in Cleveland. Our coach, Mike Brown, was a nice guy, but he had to live on the edge because nobody was supposed to be confrontational with LeBron. Nobody wanted him to leave Cleveland. So he was allowed to do whatever he wanted to do, however the hell he wanted to do it, go to the bathroom whenever he want, eat whatever he want, drink whatever he want, have Gloria whatever he wanted. LeBron was a beast. I remember one day in film session, LeBron didn't get back on defense after a missed shot. Mike Brown didn't say anything about it. He went to the next clip, and it was Mo Williams not getting back. And Mike was saying, Yo, Mo, we can't have that, Mo. You gotta hustle, man. You gotta hustle a little more. So Delonte West, he's sitting there, and he's seen enough. And he stands up and says, hold on now, Mike. Hold on. You can't be pussyfooting around like that. Everyone has to be accountable for what they do. Not just us.
So Delonte West has a speech impediment now. I didn't even know that.
Mike Brown said, I know, Delonte. I know. Mike knew Delonte was right.
You know you just changed Mike Brown's voice within 20 seconds, right?
I'm not sure if Kobe is going to listen to Mike Brown now that he's in L.A. LeBron never really did. Here's what we do know. Kobe will definitely be in charge.
Maybe that's why they shipped Delonte West out of there. Not only was he allegedly having relations with LeBron's mama, but he spoke up against LeBron, too.
Oh, yeah, and it does say right here also, hey, Coach, can I go outside and see Gloria? She's in the locker room.
You added that on. 2 Live Stews, 790 The Zone. Let's go ahead and grab a call, man. See, we could have took some calls as of here. Shaq's
that was
mess.
important. That was important.
Hey, Lee from Lawrenceville. Lee, thanks for calling the Stews. What you got?